Nashville, Tennessee, it's electric gold! What beer y'all drinking tonight, boys? Electric gold, hear the speakers explode. 3 mics, 1 couch, fresh beer so cold. Hot chicken taste, yeah, we season it bold. Oh, hell yeah, it's electric gold! Come on, you boys in gold.
Hi, everyone. It's Electric Gold. I'm Ryan. That's John, and that's Evan. We're going to talk about soccer, I guess, if you guys want. Do you guys want to talk about soccer today?
If we must.
Yeah.
I kind of, you kind of want to talk about anything else, but sure.
John, do you want to talk about basketball today?
I would love to. My New York Knicks are through to the Final 8 in the NBA, and we don't have to play the Boston Celtics. Fuck you, Boston.
Yeah, fuck Boston. The Lakers are through, too, so it is truly
Yes, it's a good
Boston fans' nightmare. The Bruins got eliminated from the NHL playoffs as well, so it's a double whammy for them.
Suck it.
I guess people, though, they come to us to talk about soccer, so we'll have to do that.
Okay.
Are you guys doing all right today, though? How's your weekend so far?
Mine's going really well, but John, I'm a little bit concerned about you there, bud.
If this is about Liverpool, please don't say any further. I've been
No.
preparing for this podcast.
No, this is about illness. I heard that you might have a bug going through the house this week.
I've got 2 kids. Someone is always sick in this house.
Right.
So yeah, we've had a little bug going around. This is Tennessee, so I've had allergies myself, so I apologize
Okay.
if I sound nasally. So no fun.
How about you, Evan? How's your weekend?
Really good. A lot of fun stuff. Out of doors, pickleball. I think I'm heading down to Tennessee Brew Works here after the podcast.
Ooh,
They've got a
nice.
Grateful Dead themed bluegrass band playing, so I'm going to try to
Awesome.
enjoy that. So
That
yeah,
sounds
just-
amazing.
yeah, I'm having a good weekend. Thank you. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm been doing a lot of chores. I did spend the better part of yesterday doing some woodworking, which is my
Nice.
new hobby that I'm getting into. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, nor am I any good at it, but I sure enjoy it. It's nice and meditative. But after this podcast, I'll be taking the old lawnmower out and giving the yard a haircut. So
Yeah.
I got that to look forward
That's
to.
dad stuff.
Yeah,
Dad stuff
man.
all the way. That's
Man.
right. That's right. Well, listen, guys, it's 11 a.m. on a Sunday. What do you say we start drinking?
Let's do
It's about
it.
time. I was wondering what you were going to ask.
Evan, what are you having today?
Oh man, all right. Well, today, guys, having the old Centennial IPA from Founders. I'm going back to Grand Rapids today for this
right.
single hop American IPA. This brew delivers big pine, citrus, and floral bitterness. It's just a classic year-round beer that always satisfies, perfect for a sunny day and a hot grill, which is something else I have planned for later today. So
Same.
Wonderful. And John, how about you?
Yeah, I am drinking a delightful little beer. This is a Peach Day fruit beer from Half Batch Brewing
Of
in Hendersonville, Tennessee. I love giving them props. We all came from the city of White House, so Hendersonville is kind of halfway in between White House and Nashville, so we've spent a lot of time there. Anyway, this beer is really, really good. It's peach. I was kind of scared when I got it that it was going to be too sweet because I'm not always a huge peach fan. This is a delightful balance. It's a really good beer that happens to have just a little bit of a peach flavor, so it's really good.
Nice. What a great recommendation. Well, guys, what if I told you that you could have the calorie level of a Michelob Ultra, but the flavor of a Bavarian-style Pilsner? Would that be something that you're interested in?
Sign me up.
oh, I would be very interested.
Look no further than Amstel Light, my friends. One of the most popular beers in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
95 calories, and it's made on the rivers. I don't know what the name of the river is. I guess the Amstel River, right? Yeah, that's
Probably.
right. In Amsterdam in the Netherlands. This is a brewery that's been around for over 150 years. I don't really need to tell you about Amstel Light. You've seen it all your life. You've been drinking it since you were just a kid. It's a delicious beer, and it's great, refreshing beer for a nice spring day. And guys, I'm just happy to be here. Cheers to you.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Okay, let's dig into it. Let's do the week in review. The boys in gold faced a tough challenge this past week with a dense schedule to juggle. Right after their home victory against Charlotte last week, they quickly had to turn their attention back to the CONCACAF tournament and their semifinal opponent, Liga powerhouse Tigres. Once again, the team entered the match without the services of leading scorer Sam Surridge, who is week to week with a back injury. Instead, Coach Callaghan inserted Warren Madrigal into the number 9 slot, flanked on the left by Ahmed Qasim. Eddie Tagseth got the start in midfield alongside Patrick Yazbek, and Reed Baker-Whiting started at left back, while the rest of the lineup was business as usual. The game started well for Nashville as they were aggressive to start. It even looked like Hani Mukhtar had given Nashville the early lead. He headed in a cross in the 6th minute, but offsides was called on Reed Baker-Whiting. Shortly after that, Eddie Tagseth left the game in discomfort after an awkward turn and collision, replaced by Matthew Corcoran. And it wasn't long before momentum began to flip to the visiting club. It took some miraculous saves from Brian Schwake in order to preserve a scoreless tie, but the miracles did run out in the 33rd minute. Angel Correa picked up a ball at the top of the Nashville box and shot a terrific laser at the left side of the goal. A diving Schwake did get a hand on it, but the power of the shot carried it past the keeper into the goal for a 1-0 Tigres lead. Despite the deficit, Nashville continued to fight, and Schwake continued to impress with multiple saves to keep the boys in gold and close. Alas, the boys in gold could not find any scoring opportunities in the second half, and Tigres settled for the 1-0 victory in Geodis Park. That puts a lot of pressure on Nashville to score when they visit Monterrey, Mexico for the second leg of this matchup next week. If that weren't enough, the team then had to travel to Philadelphia this weekend to face the Union, a team that has struggled mightily in 2026, languishing at the very bottom of the Eastern Conference. Wedged in between the two CONCACAF matches and with lots of air miles required for the team, Coach Callaghan fielded a heavily rotated side for this one. Both Surridge and Tagseth were completely unavailable due to injury, and the stars were on the bench, so the front line featured Wubens Pacius and Shaq Mohammed. Warren Madrigal and Ahmed Qasim were the starting wingers. Yazbek and Brian Acosta were in the midfield, and the defense featured Dan Lovitz, Josh Bauer, Jack Mayer, and of course, Maxwell Woledzi. It was a sleepy first half that only featured one shot on goal for the rotated Nashville roster, while Philly only managed 4 shots themselves. After getting in some light cardio for 45 minutes, both teams retreated to the locker room with the score tied at 0. But everyone woke up for the second half as the game really opened up and scoring opportunities became more plentiful on both sides of the pitch. One crazy sequence in the 53rd and 54th minutes featured both teams knocking shots off the post that otherwise would have been a sure score. Nashville missed several great opportunities even after subbing in Mukhtar, Espinoza, and Nahar in the 60th minute. Once the Stars arrived, the boys in gold did take control of possession and the game, but no one was able to put together a score. The game ended in a 0-0 draw, earning Nashville a point on the road in what could have been an otherwise dangerous position. That keeps them situated at the top of the table in the East and clinging to hope in the CONCACAF tournament. The other MLS team in the CONCACAF tournament fared well. LAFC hosted Toluca on their home field on Wednesday evening, and they netted a 2-1 victory with goals from Timothy Tillman and defender Nkosi Tafari. Former boy in gold Jacob Schaffelberg had a strong showing for LAFC in this one as well. The win puts LA in prime position to advance to the tournament finals, provided they can hold Toluca under 2 goals when they face off next week in Mexico. And several MLS teams were juggling U.S. Open Cup games this week, which led to lots of roster rotation come the weekend league games. In those league games, Toronto managed to earn a draw at home versus West leading San Jose. Kansas City also got the 1-1 tie against Seattle. Salt Lake got a 2-0 victory at home over Portland. And Orlando, shockingly, overcame a 3-0 deficit on the road to win 4-3 versus Inter Miami. Martin Ojeda's hat trick carried Orlando City, but it was Trinidadian midfielder Tyrese Spicer came off the bench and nabbed the game winner in extra time to seal the victory for Orlando in what some are already calling the greatest comeback in MLS history. Elsewhere, Atlanta won at home 3-1 over Montreal. Minnesota notched a comeback of their own on the road by beating Columbus 3-2 with a brace from Kelvin Yeboah. New England looked strong in beating Charlotte 1-0, and Dallas beat the Red Bulls 2-0 on the road. Evander scored a hat trick to lead FC Cincinnati to a road victory over Chicago with a penalty kick in the 97th minute to win it, and also playing much of the second half a man down after Kyle Smith was given the red card in the 56th minute. Houston beat Colorado 1-0 at home. LAFC grinded out a 2-2 draw on the road versus San Diego, and LA Galaxy and Vancouver played to a 1-1 draw. Today we'll see action between NYCFC and DC United, and Austin will host St. Louis. Overall, it was an action-packed weekend around the MLS, but Nashville still remains atop the East with 23 points and 7 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. There's a new team in the chase, though, as New England has climbed into a tie for second place with Miami, followed by Chicago. And look who else has entered the chat. It's FC Cincinnati in 5th place. Over in the West, San Jose continues to be in the driver's seat for the Supporters' Shield, followed closely by Vancouver, LAFC, Seattle, and Minnesota rounding out the top 5 on that side. Guys, after the game last night against Philadelphia, BJ Callaghan referred to the challenge of juggling the roster and this very busy schedule between the CONCACAF tournament and MLS play. He compared it to playing Sudoku on expert mode for the very first time. What do you guys think about that? I mean, how hard is it to manage these two competing requirements for the team and still keep them playing at a high level? What are your thoughts, Evan?
It's historically very difficult, or I should say, historically speaking, we can see that MLS teams have really struggled with it. In particular, I think I recall, and you guys may correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one year that the Sounders won MLS Cup, they actually started the first half of the season awful in league play because of the deep run and the emphasis that they were putting on a CONCACAF Champions Cup. And so the first half of the season in league play was really, really bad. So, it just goes to show that this is a very difficult thing to do. The tournament favors Liga MX teams, given the fact that they're kind of like midway through one of their seasons. We're just getting started in our league play when this tournament hits and that sort of thing. So he's right. It is a difficult thing to do, and the fact that we have been doing it so well this season is a real testament to him and the guys.
Yeah, John, what do you think about the challenge of juggling this?
Absolutely, 1,000% agree. It's hard, and the MLS roster mechanisms make it hard because, we've got the rule where we've got the 3 designated players who are world-class players. The rest of the team, the salary cap kind of makes it so that most teams are kind of thin, especially when you compare them to these Liga MX teams that we play. The top teams have way more money to spend. They have guys coming off the bench that have won World Cups and stuff, have
Right.
played in World Cups, and we just don't have that. Our bench, when we go back to playing the league in the weekends, we saw it. Shaq Muhammad got his first start. It is Wubens Passius. Lots of guys, Brian Acosta, who normally wouldn't see much of the field. It's just what it is. It's the price of success. It's honestly kind of a miracle that MLS teams ever compete with these big Liga MX teams. So I'll take it. I love playing the CONCACAF. I love getting the chance to play against these great teams. It's a trade-off during the CONCACAF run. Maybe on the weekend we don't play as good as we ought to, but we're still first place.
Yeah.
We're still dominating. That Seattle team that Evan was talking about was I think the only MLS team to win CONCACAF in the 21st century, and they didn't even make the playoffs that season.
Oh, wow.
It took that much out of them to win that tournament.
Hmm.
And so the fact that we are still in first place in the league while having to rotate all the time, this is a hell of a team. Yeah, this is a hell of a job BJ's doing.
I was thinking that a lot of Nashville fans might be disappointed by this last week.
Yeah.
We've gotten a little spoiled this season, and we've only seen one loss up until Tuesday night. And so we lost 1-0 at home. That was disappointing. But again, the team that we're going up against is a really good team. You've mentioned it before, 6 or 7 players who would easily be a DP in this league. And we were doing it with this really heavy schedule, and we held them to 1-0. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot
Yeah,
worse,
it
but
could have
Brian
been.
Schwake was just having
Yeah.
an amazing night.
Yeah.
We held our own in there, and that leaves the window open. The opportunity is there for us to go down there and
Still got a chance.
yeah, and still hang in there. So we matched up pretty decently with them, I thought. And then, of course, to get the draw against Philadelphia, who's been a very bad team this season. Again, Nashville fans might be disappointed that we didn't come away with the win there, but we're starting so many players who don't normally get much playing time.
Yeah.
I'm not dissatisfied at all. I thought it was a pretty decent week, all things considered. What do you guys think about that?
Okay. I mean, obviously, just the fact that we've dominated so much early this season, any kind of come down just feels a little bit. But I mean, you've got to take it in perspective. I really think we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even our backups are getting the job done in the league, and we've still got a shot. Anything's possible Tuesday night. So yeah, we're hanging in there.
Yeah. Evan, are you disappointed?
Well, not really today. I mean, I was obviously disappointed after each of these two matches. Kind of felt at the time like we should have won both of them. Poor finishing being the story of this week, well, particularly in light of the fact that in both matches, we did have the better of possession, but we didn't have the better on the total number of shots, and we weren't even close in the shots on goal statistic in both these matches. But then again, you give it a day or two, or here we are Sunday, and there's plenty of good news. Like you said, we're atop the Eastern Conference, 4 points clear of the second place teams. Guys, we have a 4-game unbeaten streak still in league play. We have 10 clean sheets across 17 matches in all competitions. We're averaging 2.3 points per game. So, yeah, for the first time this week, we've heard it talked about more and more, which is how difficult it is to balance these two different competitions. And it's starting to kind of catch up with us. And so that's why we feel a little bit disappointment this week.
Hey, guys, we also did this without our leading scorer. You know what I mean? That's a big piece of this. Last night, if Sam Surridge had been playing, I feel very confident that we would have won that game because we had some near misses. Between Pacius, Madrigal had a real close call. Cossum had one that was a really good shot. There were moments there where if we had had someone who was just a little bit more seasoned and skilled as a striker, we would have absolutely converted the goal. So the fact that we were doing these things without our leading scorer at all, not even on the bench, nothing, I think we got a lot to be proud of. Some people might say it's just a moral victory or whatever. It doesn't really count, but we came away with a point on the road, and we kept alive in the tournament. We didn't get blown out, and it's not an insurmountable task. And we go down there and we win 1-0. Let's go to penalty kicks and see where the chips might fall, Or if we somehow eke out like a 2-1 victory, we win it outright. Yeah, exactly. So got to win on Tuesday in order to keep it going. But I have not lost hope. I'm not disappointed. I'm not feeling bad about this team at all. This team's amazing. This team is a walking all-star team, and I'm excited. I'm here for it. I'm with them through to the end.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, guys, I'm sure that despite the not so great results, we can certainly pick out some great things that happened this week. Let's do hell yeah. John, we'll start with you. What's your hell yeah for this week?
Easy. Brian Schwake.
Yes.
Once again, this guy is playing out of his mind this year. His first season as a full-time starter in MLS. And a publication, Galazzo America, today put out an article. They called him the best keeper in MLS.
Whoa. Wow.
Can you argue with it? 5 clean sheets in the league, 5 in CONCACAF. He has faced 57 shots and only 8 goals allowed.
Wow.
That is stunning statistics.
Yeah.
And he's played even better than those statistics indicate to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there have been a lot of times where probably the XG, the expected goal on a shot, was probably over 50%, and he saved it. So he keeps us in every game. Anytime that he's on the field, I feel like we got a shot. I feel it again Tuesday night. As long as Schwake's playing, we're in this thing. So, hell yeah, Brian Schwake, putting your name all over this league. People are taking notice, not just here in Nashville.
Born in 2001. Does that make you guys feel old?
God, yeah, way too old.
He's 24. And so lock this guy up because he's got a bright, bright future ahead of him.
Lucky Schwake.
Lucky Schwake. Evan, what's your hell yeah this week?
Well, I do have one plan that I'm going to get to, but just a kind of a spur of the moment here. Minnie, hell yeah. Since you mentioned him a moment ago in the initial reaction segment is Brian Acosta, who actually had a very good game last night. So
sure.
all hell yeah, buddy. But the one that I have prepared for you is a little bit outside of the box today, guys. And it goes to the 2026 Visit Music City Summer Kickoff, which of course was announced here, I think within the last week. And this is a number of events that are planned, soccer-related events planned around town, especially the free World Cup viewings at Geodis Park and Centennial Park, one at Centennial Park. So, guys, mark your calendars. June the 12th, USA versus Paraguay at Geodis. June 19th versus Australia at Centennial Park. And June the 25th versus Turkey back at Geodis Park. Guys, I really think that this is a great thing. And more, it seems like people are staying home, isolating, scrolling their social media. These are excellent opportunities for us to go out and commune with our fellow soccer fans, our fellow Americans, and get out there. And I am really going to make every effort to be there. I hope you guys are. I hope a lot of Nashville Soccer Club fans are planning on doing that as well. But anyway, this kickoff also includes concerts and community events like a night market and a 5K. And I really think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing for our local soccer community. So that's my all hell yeah for today, boys, to the Music City Summer Kickoff Series.
Great selection. Yeah. And I love that they're using Geodis for a variety of opportunities to engage with the community rather than just, it be a soccer stadium and nothing else. That we're getting other events there, concerts, like you said, the market, the 5K, all that good stuff. It's not just the soccer games. And of course the watch parties. Those should be dope, man. Those should be off the hook. So I can't wait.
And I love that it's free, where going to all three of those games would probably cost most people a year's salary.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't take out a third mortgage on my home just to go to a World Cup game. All right. Well, on the flip side of all that, guys, I know there's things that we're not so happy with this week. Let's do hell no. Evan, what's your hell no this week?
Yeah, I'm going to, John, I know you're probably going to kill me later for this, but I'm going to give mine to Maxwell Woledzi. He's got to chill out, man. Like, first couple of times that he took those marauding runs with the ball, those dribbles through midfield, it's kind of fun and exciting, but we have enough, I think, of a sample size of these now to see that those don't really go anywhere, and they oftentimes result in lost possession. So I definitely would like to see him dial that back. And then that shot that he took last night, I think it was maybe late in the match, I can't remember for sure, when we were kind of pushing for the go-ahead goal, but anyway, he took a shot from like 30 yards or something, maybe 25, 30 yards, and didn't get anywhere close to the goal. It was awful, and it was a momentum killer. And so, Max, hell no, buddy, you got to chill out on some of these crazy runs and poorly timed shots.
Yeah. We still love him. Still love him, guys.
Absolutely love him.
He's a fan favorite, and he will continue to be. But yeah, you're right. Let's get it under control a little bit. I loved John's comment last night of, I wonder what the XG was on that shot. 0.0001.
And you know what's funny? He had an opportunity in the Tigres game from about the same distance, and I think the crowd wanted him to shoot. I wasn't at the game watching from home. I was like, why didn't he shoot that ball? Now I know.
Yeah. This is why he plays defense. John, what's your all hell no?
Guys, I'm aiming for some big fish today. There's obviously players' performances I could talk about, but I'm going for a higher cause. We as a podcast made a decision to cover the entire league more this year and not just Nashville SC. Every so often, though, the mask slips, and I remember that MLS is not actually a soccer league. It's a real estate and commercial holding business that sometimes hosts soccer games. And this week really nailed that home. In case you missed it, the news broke that a special committee of MLS owners met to discuss the future of the Vancouver Whitecaps, including possibility of relocation. And a formal bid has already come in from an investment group looking to move the team to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And I say, fuck that. I saw some people, Nashville fans, I think somebody was trying to, encourage other fans to get behind the Vancouver fans to save the team. And I saw some comments, why should I care? Vancouver, it's another country. Who cares? It's a different team. Well, I'll tell you why you should care. And it's because if they can move Vancouver, they can move anybody and eventually will threaten your team, including right here in Nashville. This is a team that has existed in some form for 50 years. They started out as a NASL team back in the 70s, the original American Soccer League. When NASL went under, Vancouver did not give up on pro soccer. They joined a Canadian league for a while, and then they played in kind of minor leagues called the A-League until they finally joined MLS in 2011. This is one of North America's best soccer cultures up there. They support their team. And they're a very good team right now. They obviously made the MLS Cup final and CONCACAF Cup final last year. They lost both, but they made it. They're a good team, so obviously they can be supporting them right now. But even when they weren't good, Vancouver showed up. And they have always shown up. They love their team. And the fact that these owners are just kind of threatening if they don't get what they're seeking. So from the owner's perspective, they have said, let's get it right. They say they're not making enough revenue on game days because they don't own BC Place, their stadium. Fair enough. Their statement did not point out that they're only paying $300,000 a year to play at BC Place. Their statement did not include whether the team is profitable, any of that. All they said is that they're not making enough revenue. And here's the unspoken thing. Their heads are turned because they've got a big offer coming in. And that's all that they're seeking. They want a big payout. They're not making enough money that they wanted to, even though they only bought into the league for $40 million back in 2011. Basically, they're seeing this is our chance to cash in on this asset. And the other MLS owners are who I'm really pissed off about. They could shut this down and say, you know what? You're going to have to stay there and work until you find a local solution. But they're not. The other MLS owners all eventually want to cash in on their asset. And that's why they're going to support whatever they do, whether they move it to Las Vegas or Phoenix or whatever ends up happening. It's them against us. And all of the fans in MLS need to join in together and help out Vancouver. This happened less than a decade ago. Columbus was under the same threat. Their owner at the time wanted to move the team to Austin. Luckily, the entire league kind of joined in and said, oh, hell no. And eventually local ownership was found and a solution was found. And Austin FC was kind of the compromise. That owner got to have a new team. But it's just going to keep happening if we let them. Eventually, all the stadiums will be the oldest stadium. It won't be the shiny new object.
Right.
And eventually the owners will want to cash in on their team. And is always going to be a threat. So all hell no. MLS owners, we're not just an asset. You can't just cash in on our loyalty. Hashtag save the Caps. Let's all get behind this. We gotta help Vancouver.
Not to put you on the spot, John, or anything, but did any of the folks that you saw in the chat, local folks, have any suggestions for how we could support and make a difference here?
There was a talk of chanting in like the 10th minute of games, and I don't know if that happened last night or not. And then there was also talk of a 13th minute walkout, like in supporters groups. And I don't know if that happened either. I saw people holding up signs in different MLS stadiums last night, save the Caps. And people surely didn't forget about it. Even in Seattle, Seattle's their big enemy, and Seattle was still behind them. I personally have a solution because I think that owners are only going to listen to what's happening in their wallets. My idea of a protest would be stop spending money in the stadiums. Don't buy concessions in the stadiums. Don't buy merchandise. Hit them where it hurts. Keep going to the games. You've earned the right. You obviously we all season ticket holders. Go to the game, support your team. Don't spend any extra money. Then you'll start catching owners' eyes and ears. That's my idea anyway. But yeah, let's listen to what the Vancouver fans are wanting.
The owner of Vancouver's team
Yeah.
is Greg Kerfoot, or he's the majority owner. There's a whole group of people
Yeah.
that own it, including former NBA player Steve Nash is one of the minority
Yeah.
owners. But the majority owner who's pushing this is Greg Kerfoot. He is a billionaire.
Mhm.
He made hundreds of millions of dollars selling his software company, and then has ballooned that nest egg, if you want to call it that, beyond $1 billion after investments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for so many sports teams, these things are, like you said, they are assets to these people. They are playthings. They are toys
Yeah.
to be played with, to be broken, to be messed up, and then cast aside when you're done with it and move on to the next thing. And it's just such a shame because the masses, so many people invest their time and passions into these teams.
Yeah.
It's so unfair that it's set up like this. It's like these people that are the richest people in the world. Haven't you sucked enough life out of the public and the masses already? Do you have to,
How much
do
money
it one
have
more
you
time?
made off of our passion, you know?
Right.
And it's just not enough. And I'll threaten your passion and take them away if you don't do what I want. You know?
Right.
Another thing, this league without Vancouver is worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It'd be kind of similar to the Brooklyn Dodgers leaving for me. You know, baseball never really recovered its soul after that happened. And, you know, obviously teams move all the time. Ask Hartford Whalers fans how crushed they have been, or even Atlanta Thrashers down the road. You know, it kills you that this thing that you love, it could just be taken away on a whim.
Yeah, it's such a shame. And like Vegas needs another attraction. You know, I think they're doing okay.
They won't care. That's the thing.
Right.
It's not like Las Vegas fans are clamoring for this team.
This would be a play for a stadium that's paid for by taxpayers, again, because I guess a billionaire can't afford it.
Right.
But also, it's going to play to the people who can buy the box seats and the corporations who want to host a customer on a soccer game or something like that. You know, isn't this a fun pastime to do once, you know, and not even care about the game and sit here and talk about whatever in the box while the game goes on outside of it?
Yeah.
This is not about the people that are going to the supporter section. I do have a suggestion, though, not to string this discussion out longer, but it's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
That these teams can make money, even if the statement is true that Vancouver is losing money. I believe that it's because of these high prices on every step of the way, the experience that you have in every one of these sports stadiums. And I get it. You're in a captive space. There's no competition, so you can jack up the prices as high as you want. But it does get to, there's this law of diminishing returns where it gets so high that you disenfranchise people. People don't want to go to the games. People don't want to pay for the concessions. They don't want to buy the gear. And it's because you've jacked up prices so high. There is this equilibrium you have to find between margin and volume. And if you brought down margin just a little bit, I promise your volume would go way up because these people do care about this team. Like you said, this is a passionate fan base. And if you were a smart businessman who didn't just coast off of your software company sales, you would realize this and you would make adjustments downward on your prices and try and engage more people. It's a volume play. It's not about all these margin things. And I think so many of these owners have lost sight of it because they don't run in those circles. They don't know those kind of people. They only know rich people. And so they think $20 beers are totally acceptable.
They don't even know what $20 is.
No. They haven't seen a $20 bill in who knows how long. Anyway. All right. Well, guys, I appreciate that. It's been, probably the greatest all hell no we've ever had. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about something much more fun. It's time for the Glory Music City Song of the Week. John, it was your pick this week. What'd you pick?
Indeed. I picked a song called Bring Me the Head of My Enemy by a Nashville band called Better Off. I love Better Off. They have been around since 2011 or 12. They're one of Nashville's best punk-oriented bands. They're led by singer-songwriter Luke Granaryd. And Luke, if you don't know, is a fantastic guitarist and songwriter and singer. He's in at least 4 or 5 bands right now. He is in a band called Gorge. He is in a band called Twin Stacks. He's got a new band called Meter. They're all fantastic. But this song is the reason I picked this song. The lyrical content, to me, I read it as kind of throwing off your demons and going forward with determination. And this week, I kind of felt like going into the game against Tigres on Tuesday, we just need to shake off this last week, go forward with full and total determination, and just decide we're going to just bring me the head of my enemy. We're just going to kill you. And we just need to go all out and be aggressive. Sitting back is not going to achieve anything. Some of the lyrics in the song are, after all the smoke clears, the wreckage of the old yous, kept in secret, hiding themselves, I transcend over everything now. And that's what I felt like. Ugh, the old me, the last week, throw it in the trash can. It's a new time, a new day. Let's beat Tigres.
Hell yeah. I love it. Evan, what do you think about the song of the week?
I really enjoyed it. You know, it had that big anthem energy that's so appealing. And, you know, as I kind of mentioned, I think maybe last week, the older I get, the less I listen to heavy music. But this was not only heavy, it was melodic. And that's where I can really still buy into it. It was really good. And the lyrics at first were kind of mysterious, especially with that title. I was thinking it might be geared more outward, but like you said, John, really, the more you listen to it and think about it, it's really more of an inward journey there. You know, the enemy doesn't necessarily mean your opponent. It can actually just be a former version of yourself, especially when you have old negative patterns that you need to consider and understand and eventually improve on. And so, yeah, I think it does relate to NSC this week really well, because it means that we need to probably do a better job of recognizing in-game patterns of play when they aren't working and be able to make adjustments in real time, as opposed to just keep trying the same old thing and then hope maybe to evaluate it that week during training and try again next time. And I also think it can be more of a long-term thing too, like finishing. Maybe we need to reevaluate how we are training on finishing and do something a little bit different, because that really was a big problem. We saw a lot of that this week. Madrigal just seems to not quite have the timing right, especially on crosses from Espinoza and that sort of thing. So anyway, going back to the song, yeah, you know, at first glance, I thought maybe this was more of just an aggressive song about taking down your opponent, but really there's a lot more to it, and finding ways to improve yourself.
Yeah, I had not heard of Better Off previous to you sharing the song, because I'm old and I haven't listened to anything that came out after 2005. So I was pleasantly surprised. I love a good power punk band, and like you said, it was melodic, but it was still really full of energy, which I enjoyed. And I liken it to the feeling that I have. Nothing riles my competitive juices like defeat.
Yeah.
Especially when I know that I'm good enough to win. And Tuesday night, we were good enough. We were just, you know, just a hair less than they were in terms of the competition on Tuesday. And then against Philly, too, we are the better team, and it's not even close. And to come away with a draw, that just drives me crazy. And so this really encapsulated for me that feeling that I have coming out of this week is like, okay, we were feeling so good and maybe getting a little bit comfortable, and then this week really snaps you back, and it's like, oh no, I'm out for blood now. And I hope the team feels that way too, and I hope they head down to Mexico with something to prove, because this team, while they've been very good, they still have something to prove. They haven't won anything yet except for Open Cup last year, and so the journey is not complete just because you're sitting in first in April or May. You know, you've got to prove it all year long. And let's go down to Mexico and let's take the head of our enemy. Yes. I'm ready for it.
I like it,
boys.
All right, guys, with that, let's move on to everyone's favorite segment of Electric Gold. It's time to get spicy. It's time for the Nashville Hot Chicken Take.
My hot chicken take is that these owners got skills.
Evan, you get first crack at it this week. What is your hot take?
Yeah, I don't know if it's super spicy or anything.
Oh, come on now.
but-
You have to bring the spice now. I demand spice. I demand the
okay.
heat.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was just thinking about this, and something that's been gnawing at me here this week more so than before is the absence of Super Sam Surridge. And guys, my hot chicken take for the day is that if we don't get Sam back soon, we are going to start sliding down the table. It seems like we have been able to manage a game here, a game there without him available. But now that we're seeing some more like consistent absences, it does seem like it's kind of starting to slide. And so I'm just concerned about it. I really am. And I don't know much about the injury. I know, John, I think you let us know maybe yesterday in our group chat that this is maybe more of a week-to-week issue as opposed to a day-to-day issue. And that is not music to my ears. So I'm getting a little nervous. What do you think, guys?
Absolutely.
What's the probability that we see Sam before the World Cup break?
My understanding is not too high.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my opinion too.
I hate to say that. I'm going to go ahead and Evan and I had the same hot take. So we're going to
Okay.
combine forces here like
Is it
Voltron
extra spicy?
and give the
Yeah.
extra spiciest thing.
Okay,
So
appreciate
here's
that.
the info that I've got. Anyone listening out there that isn't subscribing to 615 Soccer, go ahead and do it and join the Discord because you find out interesting things on here. They're great guys. They deserve it. Your support too. So I'm going to say that I was in the Discord last night and someone asked, what's the chances of Sam and Eddie being back anytime soon? And Ben Wrights basically said, not that great. They're going to be a doubt for a while. And they kind of hinted that it would be after the World Cup break.
Yeah.
So take that with a grain of salt. Maybe if you ask Ben, it might be something entirely different. More info that he might not be able to let on, or he just doesn't know yet. You know, the team is always tight-lipped. That it's hard to get any information out of them. So, you know, we can all cross our fingers or whatnot. I doubt that we're going to get any clear determination until we just suddenly see him pop up on a team sheet.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's just the way that the team works. But yeah, my hot chicken take was that we could be in serious trouble without Sam Surridge because we just don't have that physical presence that he brings in that number 9 role. Wubens got his chance last night. He's only had a handful of MLS appearances. This is his first MLS experience he's ever had. BJ doesn't seem to fully trust in him. Like when Sam's been out, a lot of times we've been going with Madrigal as that center forward spot. And Warren Madrigal, for all his positive qualities, to me is just not a number 9. And we really saw it in that Tigres game. All those crosses kept coming in. It probably wasn't our game plan to send all those crosses in. That's what we could get because Tigres are just a good team. You have to kind of take what you can get. And those crosses, Madrigal just was not a threat on any of them. Obviously, the crosses themselves need to be better. Espinoza was 0 for 16 on crosses in that game against Tigres. But anyway, I just don't think Madrigal is that number 9. And we've been talking all year about the rhythm that this team has established. And I just, without Sam, we don't have anyone that can fill that same rhythm. And it's like, I don't know, listening to a rock band or a funk band that if their drummer is just a tenth of a second off, it throws the whole thing off. And it seems like without Surridge, he is the one that we just can't find a replacement for.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I think we're just in for some boring games, like a lot of 0-0, or it might be back to Gary Ball for a little bit if he's not available for a while.
Ooh. That's not
I
so
know.
much hot chicken as it is cold blanket.
It's not a fun one.
Well, I definitely agree with you guys. Sam is critical to our success, and we could miss. I'd rather have the injury right now in the season than later, in the fall or whatever, closer to the playoffs.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
Let's hope we can get through this injury bug and get these guys back on the field and be full strength as we headed to the end of the season. I think we can hold our own until then if we have to. I think that missing Eddie is a little bit overlooked here. I think that's important too. I thought that the game really changed when Eddie went out against Tigres. I thought we were winning that game in terms of possession and dictating style and pace. And then he went out and things flipped. And he brings a unique wrinkle. You don't want to necessarily have him in every game or, have him start every game. Certainly Corcoran's earned his opportunity, but Eddie is a pretty vital part of the connection between defense and offense for our team. And so I don't want to overlook that. But
Yeah.
I think the real hot take here, in addition to what you guys said, is that Warren Madrigal is going to be a bright star in this league. Absolutely. But he's not there yet. This year, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some learning curve, all of that kind of stuff. But in a year or two, he's our next generation, in my opinion, what I'm seeing from him. He is ever so close on a half a dozen tries this week.
A lot.
Both in the Tigres game and last night against Philadelphia. There were moments I was just like, oh, you're almost there, buddy. And so I want to see more of him. I want to see them continue to play him. I want to see him sharing the field with the 3 stars, because I just think there's so much opportunity there. And I think Ahmed Qasim is just on the cusp as well. He's almost there. But the flip side of that is Wubens Pacius. I'm not sure about. We've been excited about him for a year and a half. And I'm just not convinced yet that he's MLS material. He seems to be, he was doing great in the lower leagues, but I'm not sure if he's ready for MLS.
He's going to need more experience for one, but you're kind of throwing somebody and hoping that they learn on the fly. That's too important a position to cross your fingers and hope.
Particularly with the season that we're having. We can't just be screwing around with the project this year.
Right.
We need to capitalize. Exactly. It's unfortunate, the situation we find ourselves in. But again, let's get to that World Cup break, get these guys healed up. They'll have a good long break to get to feeling better. All right, guys, let's move on and let's talk about the rest of the league. It's time for Keep Your Enemies Closer. All right, Evan, there's a lot of action this week in MLS. Some really interesting games, some comebacks. What stuck out to you? What caught your eye?
Well, what caught my eye was after last night's match, when I pulled up the standings to see what had shaken out throughout Saturday, I saw the New England Revolution sitting right behind us in second place, and I was like, where the heck did they come from? So I took a little dive into the New England and Charlotte match yesterday, and to try to figure out how New England snuck up on us like this. Well, I saw that they have opened the season with 5 straight home wins, which is already more home wins than they had all of last season. So they've clearly improved substantially. They're on a 6-match unbeaten streak. Yesterday in the match against Charlotte, they were on the front foot most of the game, but they didn't get the winner until the 97th minute when Carlos Heel scored on a penalty kick. Revs keeper Matt Turner got his 3rd clean sheet of the season, including a great save at the end of the match to protect the 3 points. Not a good day for Charlotte, obviously. They had Wilfried Zaha back for the match. He played the entire game, and they still couldn't find a goal. They did have some good chances, primarily coming from the play of Pep Biel, but they just couldn't get on the score sheet. A team who had plenty of chances but couldn't find the back of the net. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah,
that's kind of the week we had, wasn't it? But anyway, so that's what caught my eye.
Yeah, New England, again, unbeaten at home, 5 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. They've won every home game. On the road, different story. 1 win, 3 losses, and a draw. So that's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sort of team, and we play them coming up here in a couple weeks.
A week and a half. Yeah, a week and a half.
Okay.
And is it there? Is it in Boston or is it here?
I think it is here, but I could be wrong.
Good podcast, guys.
You are wrong.
I'm on me. I don't remember.
It's in Gillette Stadium, so it's up there. So, yeah, we're going to have to go up there where they're unbeaten and show them what it feels like to lose at home. But, yeah, they've certainly surprised some people, but there's such a gap, I think, between Nashville and the rest of these teams. I really do, because the goal differential speaks it loud and clear, okay? The Nashville goal differential through 10 games is 15. New England is 6. Miami is 3. Chicago's at 8. Cincinnati's -3. So nobody else is even in double digits in terms of goal differential. I just think Nashville scores a lot, and we also have a great defense. Most of these other teams are only one or the other. And so certainly they're coming on. They're only 4 points behind us now. but I've got a lot of confidence in the boys in goal. All right, John, what stuck out to you around the MLS?
Well, it is my pleasure to talk to you guys about the Florida Derby that happened at New Stadium in Miami last night.
Yeah.
This game was crazy with like 10 capital C's at the start of it. I got to watch a little bit because it kicked off like 15 minutes before our game did. So I watched. They scored in the 3rd minute, Miami did. Ian Frey scored right away. And it looked for all the world like it was just going to be a runaway. Obviously, I turned over to our game when it started and kept looking at my phone. Miami eventually went up 3-0 by the 33rd minute. Segovia and some young up-and-comer named Lionel Messi scored goals. And so I went and watched the highlights, and I got to tell you, Maxime Crépeau, the keeper from Orlando, probably made about 15 saves in the first half looking at those highlights. There was one play that he, around the 25th minute, he made 4 saves in a row. Like, the ball kept bouncing straight to Miami guys. Like, it easily could have been 6 or 7-0, not just 3-0. But somehow, and I'll tell you how, because Miami's defense sucks.
It really does.
Orlando got the next 4. Martin Ojeda from Orlando, who, if we remember last year, was kind of an MVP candidate for a long time before Orlando kind of faded at the end. Ojeda scored the first 3 of those comeback goals, including the first 2 looked a lot like Messi goals. Like, they were both left-footer curlers from the D at the top of the box. I mean, neither team played any defense because Dane St. Clair was making tons of saves too for Miami. It was abysmal. And the game winner in the 93rd minute, Spicer, all it was just a long ball out of the Orlando defense. And it's like all of Miami's defense forgot to look at Spicer, and he just ran straight through one-on-one and scored.
Oh my
so, yeah,
gosh.
Orlando won 4-3. The stupidest
Amazing.
game I have ever seen. Like, just looking at the highlights. It made me kind of go and want to watch the whole game because it was psychotic. It was like, I'll say the PSG Bayern Munich game in the Champions League this week was probably the most exciting soccer game I have ever seen. 5-4 PSG. This was like that if both teams sucked. Like, if both teams are just equally bad and just throwing away goals. So, yeah, I don't know. But it leaves Miami 3rd and Orlando 13th place. Orlando has given up 35 goals already through 11 games this season. They're on a pace to give up about 110 if that continues.
Unbelievable.
Some bad defense being played down in Florida, guys.
They're 13th in the East, but they're not that much different than Miami, who's 3rd.
Yeah.
Miami still hasn't won in their home stadium now, which is hilarious. And it just couldn't happen to a better group of guys. I tell you what, I don't feel sorry for them one bit.
No. It's some great Schadenfreude happening.
All right, guys. Well, we should probably wrap things up now. It's time to do the week in preview. Make no mistake about it, Nashville will face their greatest test in their club's history on Tuesday night when they visit El Volcán in Monterrey, Mexico. The win at Azteca a couple of weeks ago was historic, but the team now faces an uphill battle, having to overcome their 1-0 loss to Tigres in their home leg this past week. Nashville have to win the game, period, in order to advance in the CONCACAF finals. A 1-0 win would force penalty kicks to decide the victor, but any other score that results in a Nashville win would advance the team to play for the Champions Cup. And to make things even more difficult, it's unlikely the team will see the return of Sam Surridge in this match, forcing the team to find another source of firepower in order to secure victory. Tigres is looking hot right now. Not only did they beat Nashville in Geodis Park last week, but they also just upset second-place Guadalajara 3-1 in the Liga MX quarterfinals. Their offense is powered not only by Angel Correa, who scored against Nashville, but their top scorer, Juan Bruneta, the talented Argentinian who is basically Tigres' version of Hani Mukhtar. The Nashville side has proven time and again this season that they are a quality team, and up to the challenge, it will take their very best game in order to make the magic happen one more time. And then the team will return home to the friendly confines of Geodis Park next weekend, where they will host DC United. DC is in 10th place in the Eastern Conference. They sit just outside the playoff qualification with 3 wins, 4 losses, and 3 draws, and a goal differential of -4. DC's problem is that they don't score very often. They've only netted 11 goals through 10 games, and 6 of those have come from the dangerous MLS veteran Ty Baribo. Baribo led Philadelphia to win the Supporters' Shield last season, but since changing teams, he's getting little help from his new teammates in DC. DC will visit NYCFC later today, but they did pull off a 3-2 victory over Orlando last weekend after 2 weeks of draws versus the Red Bulls and Philly. The boys in gold will probably continue the roster rotation in this one as they juggle a hectic schedule, but being at home, they should still aim for the win regardless of who is on the pitch. All right, guys, so as we look ahead, particularly to the Tigres game, we are definitely underdogs as we enter this match. And this is not the first time, because I don't think that anybody expected that we would win in Azteca against Club America, but we did that as well. So I just want to offer an underdog story for you all that might resonate, might feel relevant, that might help keep the Nashville fans' hopes high. And I want to talk particularly about yesterday, the Kentucky Derby.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just yesterday, the 2026 Kentucky Derby. It featured a horse that had odds of 23-1 to win. That's not very good. The winner came from last place in the race to make it up to first and win. It was a long shot the whole way. The previous record of this horse was, there was some success, but it was hit or miss. It wasn't consistent. I had a couple of wins, had a couple of third places. The horse was sort of a late bloomer a little bit. It's a 3-year-old bay colt. The other thing about this that's interesting is that the horse is trained by a woman, Cherie DeVoe, and no horse has ever won the Kentucky Derby that was trained by a woman. That is until yesterday. So it was an incredible underdog story. This horse came from all the way back in the pack, was at the very end, made a charge and won by a head's length or a neck's length. And the name of that horse, Golden Tempo.
Ooh, I like it.
And doesn't that just feel so much like it's speaking to Nashville? The boys in gold with our mascot Tempo.
It's got to be.
Guys, I think we can overcome, just like the horse did in Kentucky Derby yesterday. I think we can overcome Tigres. But I want to hear what you guys had to say and what your crystal balls are saying. It's time for the crystal balls, y'all. John, gaze into the ball. Tell us what you see.
Instead of the ball, I'm going to gaze into our friend Tempo's face.
Okay.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
This is the Jedi version of Tempo. Tempo, what's going to happen, buddy? What's going to happen? Oh, he's nodding his head, yes. Oh, he keeps nodding it more. He's nodding, yes. We are going to go down to Monterrey, and for the second time in a few weeks, we're going to make history. I see Nashville winning 1-0 on a Christian Espinoza goal.
Ooh.
Brian
like
Schwake is going to have to play the game of his life. He's been doing it every game this season, so why not one more time, right? So a 1-0 win. That's what I'm calling. And that will result in penalty kicks. And I feel real good about Brian Schwake in a penalty kick shootout.
That's a great point.
The guy saves penalties left and right. NSC wins 3-2 on penalty kicks and moves on. The CONCACAF Cup final.
Yeah,
I love it. Love it.
What about DC?
DC United sucks. And I don't think we'll actually rotate in that game. I think coming back, we'll probably play, because we don't have a midweek game the week after. I think we'll play the strongest team we've got. I think Connie and Espinoza will play. We've just got too much firepower. We'll win 3-1. The goals from Ahmed Qasim, Warren Magical, and Hani Mukhtar.
We do have a midweek game. That New England game is midweek.
Do we really?
Yeah. New England game is on Wednesday.
Oh, you're right.
Tempo let you down, buddy. Tempo let you down.
Tempo did not tell me about that. All right. So, yeah, we'll probably have a rotated team.
Yeah.
And we'll still score goals from Warren Magical, Atme Kasim, and Hani Mukhtar and win 3-1. I don't
There
care
we
who
go.
plays.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love
There
it.
we go.
Evan, does your crystal ball have more accuracy than John's?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a look. Okay, let me grab my ball and begin scrying. Did you guys know that that's what this particular form of divination is called when you gaze
I
into a
did
crystal ball?
not.
It's called scrying. So here we go.
Crying.
Yes. All right. So, all right, let me gaze deeply or let me scry into my ball's combination of quartz, glass, and obsidian. And what I see is that we are going to go down to Monterrey on Tuesday night and unfortunately lose this match. Guys, I'm sorry to
Aw.
tell you that we are going to drop this one 2-0. However, we are going to come back home, put this wonderful CONCACAF Champions Cup run behind us, and resume Eastern Conference domination. Saturday night against DC. Is it Saturday night?
Yes.
Yeah.
3-0 victory with a hat trick from, I don't care what Ben Wright or anybody else says. This is going to be Eddie Taxenth because that's what happens on bobblehead nights, guys.
Hey.
The honoree scores a hat trick. So there it is. That's what I scry in my crystal ball.
I have serious reservations about both of those things happening. But nonetheless, we'll see. Of course, you don't know until you watch and until we play the game. So make sure that you're tuning in. Guys, it's time to wrap up. But before we go, John, people need to know how they can get in touch with us because I guess they don't listen to every other episode of this podcast. And we say it every time,
Yeah.
but we're going to
We'll
remind them
just
once
keep saying it.
again. Let's do it.
There's someone new every episode, I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's true.
So we
That's
are
true.
Electric Gold NSC on Facebook, X formerly Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky. Reach out to us, like us, follow us, do all that fun stuff. And please, just talk to us. We are lonely old guys, and we just love
Our kids have
for you
stopped
to
talking
talk
to us.
I know. They're giving up on us. We are just going to be sitting around staring at the wall until you reach out to us.
All right. Well, listen, this has been a blast. Thank you guys so much. And of course, thanks everybody for listening. Until next time, make sure that you keep on cheering this team on. They need you this week. They need you big time. So don't stop. Keep on cheering on the team. Keep drinking your beer. Keep wearing the gear. Keep tuning in. And make sure you keep on going to the games. And most importantly, keep on saying it. Come on, you boys in gold.
Come on, you boys and gold.
Come on, you boys, and go!